Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today's video is a continuation from a couple of weeks ago. As promised, here's a deck led by Kirri, Talented Sprout. Real quick, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically, if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Kirri, Talented Sprout is a 4-mana 0/3 legendary plant druid who gives other plants and tree folk we control +2/+0. At the beginning of our post-combat main phase, we may return target plant, tree folk, or land card from our graveyard to our hand. So we'll be building a deck with lots of plants and tree folk, as well as lands going into the graveyard so they can come back. Also, as I'm sure you saw from the video title, this will be a budget deck. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. Ultimate Guard makes these beautiful solid color playmats, like this one in a gorgeous shade of crimson. One of my favorite things about Ultimate Guard is their vibrant color palette. This mat is surprisingly thick and much smoother than many of the other playmats I've used before. And since it's my favorite color, this one will probably be my go-to from now on. Find out if your local game store carries Ultimate Guard products, or click on the link in the video description to go to their Amazon store. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. I'm going to be streaming on Musings by Danon as well as Twitch. It'll mostly be Final Fantasy XIV, but you're more than welcome to pop in and talk about manga. Honestly, about half my streams are talking about manga, anime, or Commander. Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Lotus Field, Jungle Shrine, Rootbound Crag, Sunpetal Grove, Clifftop Retreat, Karplusan Forest, Brushland, Battlefield Forge, Gruul Turf, Selesnya Sanctuary, Boros Garrison, Scavenger Grounds, Myriad Landscape, Evolving Wilds, Terramorphic Expanse, Broker's Hideout, Cabaretti Courtyard, Maestro's Theater, Obscura Storefront, Riveteer's Overlook, 6 mountains, 8 forests, and 4 plains make up the land base for our deck. Elysian Caridid, Harrow, Topiary Stomper, Vengeful Regrowth, Entish Restoration, Rampant Rejuvenator, Fabro Elder, Fangorn Tree Shepherd, Wall of Roots, Crop Rotation, Whirling Regrowth, Rampant Growth, Cultivate, Kodama's Reach, Dance of the Tumbleweeds, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Undergrowth Recon, and Splendid Reclamation help us to ramp out and stay ahead of the curve. Genesis Hydra, Wall of Blossoms, Treefolk Harbinger, Return of the Wildspeaker, Explore, Magmatic Insight, Thrilling Discovery, Escape to the Wilds, Winding Way, Garruk's Uprising, and Big Score help us to dig through our deck and keep our hands full. Return to Nature, Naturalize, Abrade, Beast Within, Path to Exile, Woodfall Primus, Generous Gift, Boros Charm, Chaos Warp, Requisition Raid, World Souls Rage, and Seismic Assault help us to keep our opponents in line. Blasphemous Act and Austere Command help us to reset the board when needed. Rumbleweed, Cactus Folk Sure Shot, Avenger of Zendikar, Phylath World Sculptor, Turntimber Sower, Phytohydra, Willowgeist, Nissa, voice of Zendikar, Vinelasher Kudzu, Briar Hydra, Quickbeam, Upstart Ent, Topiary Panther, and Creeper Hulk make up the core of our deck and how we plan on winning. Supporting our plan, we've also got Annie Joins Up and Shared Animosity. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 59 mana sources split between 40 lands and 19 pieces of ramp. I know that's a lot, but a lot of our lands are just going to be spending time in the graveyard, and a good chunk of our ramp doubles as plants and tree folk that can be used to beat down our opponents. 11 pieces of card advantage, 12 pieces of interaction, 2 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate in Return to Nature and Scavenger Grounds, 1 sudden I win card in Shared Animosity. While we do have a small tree folk package, most of our creatures, as well as most of the tokens being generated, are plants. So a card like Shared Animosity can close out the game very quickly. Now, some of you are thinking that a card like Obscura Storefront doesn't belong in a deck like this. I'm sorry, but that's not how color identity works. Color identity can be complicated, but for the most part, lands only have the color identity of mana they can produce. Just because the word swamp is in the text box does not mean the card has black in its color identity. Let me know if that doesn't make sense. I may have to do a whole video explaining how you can run off-color fetch lands in a commander deck and have it be legal. Are any of you building a Kirri Talented Sprout deck? What's your secret deck tech? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Danny, Muffins, Marcus, Squishy, Brett, Roxy, Sean, Mark, Borgie, Naswin, Pedro, Midge, Alex, Julio, Valeri, Conga, RJ, Aaron, Chris, Robert, Joel, Brock, Michael, Skinwalker, Sidewinder, Austin, and William. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.